What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Happy Friday, everybody. It is January 9th, and in this video, we're going to be going over the best plays on PrizePicks for tonight's 10-game NBA slate. If you are new to the channel, hello, my name is TJ. In these daily pick videos, we build out 6 flex slips, trying to 25 times our money together on PrizePicks, and we're also going to build out a 5 flex slip over on Betr, trying to 10 times our money. So if this is your first time stumbling upon the channel, if you could please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, that would be absolutely amazing. I'm going to be giving away $50 in my next video if this video gets 75 likes. So to be entered in that giveaway, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel, like this video so we can hit our goal, and then go ahead and reply in the comment section below your favorite play for tonight's 10-game NBA slate. Now, before we dive into our slips for today, let's go ahead and talk about how we did on our most recent video. Over on PrizePicks, we ended up going 4 for 5. Obviously, we built out a 6 flex slip, but the Miami and Chicago game got postponed, so Tyler Hero did not play. So our other plays ended up going 4 for 5. So our 6 flex reverted down to a 5 flex, and we went 4 for 5. So we 2 times our money. We had Dante under 4.5 rebounds, finished with 1. Najee Marshall under 5.5 rebounds, finished with 2. Filipowski under 7.5 rebounds, finished with 4. Naz Reid under 2.5 3-pointers made, finished with 2. And then Evan Mobley, unfortunately, couldn't get us with his RA of 12.5, finished with 7. So 2 times their money over on PrizePicks. We'll for sure take that. A nice little double up. Over on Betr, unfortunately, we went 1 for 3 in our 5 flex because, again, we had 2 guys from the Miami-Chicago game that DNP'd. We had Mitchell over rebounds, which he cleared, and then we had a nice little game stack here with Jaden McDaniels and Anthony Edwards. Now, when we're doing these types of small game stacks, we want to take 1 over, 1 under and hope that one guy gets more rebounds and assists, and that happened, but just unfortunately, it was Anthony Edwards who got the RA and not Jaden McDaniels. So no dice over here on Betr, but again, we had the 2 times over on PrizePicks, so our most recent video, we ended up profiting $0, but we didn't lose any money either. So hopefully in today's video, we can make some money and 25 times our money on PrizePicks or 10 times our money on Betr. And these slips are all thanks to the tools over at Upside Tools. We're going to be using the Fantasy Player Props Optimizer to help us show the best plays in real time by comparing sportsbook lines and odds back to various DFS apps like PrizePicks and Betr that use fixed payouts. And real quick, guys, for anybody that wants to consume my content outside of these daily pick videos, if you're looking for more slips on various DFS apps, you guys can go follow me on Twitter at ThomasJordanIV. Here's a cool pinned tweet of me winning $8,900 in December using the tools at Upside, which we'll get into in a little bit. And then I do these daily live streams over on Twitch as well. And last night, I actually had a 100% NHL boosted sleeper slip, and I was able to turn $30 into almost $1,100, gave that out on stream. There were a lot of people that actually were in the stream and tailed. So if you guys want to come check me out on Twitch and you want to join the live streams, there will be a link in the description below so you guys can come out to there. But yeah, I post a bunch of better slips here on Twitter as well. So I highly suggest giving me a follow over there if you want more slips besides these 2 that I give out in today's pick video. Let's go ahead and talk about the 10 games that we have for tonight, starting with the Celtics and Raptors. Boston at home, 8.5-point favorites. We got a 222.5 over under. We have the Magic hosting the 76ers. Philly, 3.5-point road favorites, 226.5 over under. We have the Wizards hosting the Pelicans. Trae Young to the Wizards. That was a weird destination that Trae Young wanted to go to, but I don't know. Pelicans, 2.5-point road favorites, 242.5 over under. We have the Clippers and the Nets. Nets at home, 3.5-point dogs. So Clippers traveling to Brooklyn. They're 3.5-point favorites, 215.5 over under. We have OKC and the Grizzlies. Thunder, 5.5-point road favorites, 228.5 over under. Denver hosting the Hawks. Denver, 1.5-point home favorites, 235.5 over under. We have the Knicks and the Suns. Phoenix, 1.5-point home dogs. So the Knicks, 1.5-point favorites on the road, 228.5 over under. Warriors, massive home favorites against the Kings, 14.5-point favorites, 230.5 over under. We have Portland hosting the Houston Rockets. Houston, 6.5-point road favorites, 221.5 over under. And last but not least, we have the Lakers hosting the Bucks. LA at home, 2.5-point favorites, 229.5 over under. It is time to now build out our first slip of the pick video. And of course, we're going to start over on PrizePicks, build out our 6 flex slip, try to 25 times our money together. And the reason I do 6 flex slips in these daily pick videos over on my channel is because the 6 flex slip on PrizePicks is actually the best slip type that you can possibly play. Now, I mentioned that PrizePicks is a fixed payout platform. And all that means is that it doesn't matter if you're taking more or less on any of these player prop projections, your payout is always going to remain the same. So we can see that I have Michael Porter, more points, and Edgecombe, less PRA. In a two-man power on PrizePicks, we always get a 3 times payout. It doesn't matter if I change Edgecombe from less to more, I still get my 3 times payout. If I change Michael Porter from more to less, I still get my 3 times payout. Again, PrizePicks, fixed payout platform. The only thing that actually changes the payout that we're going to get are the amount of legs that we're actually adding into our slip or parlay. So what PrizePicks is doing here is they have set odds for these individual legs inside each slip. They just don't display them for you. So what we're able to do on the back end is figure out what each player prop inside every single specific slip represents. And in a two-man power, because we're getting a 3 times payout, each player prop is equivalent to minus 137 odds. In a 6 flex, each player prop is equivalent to minus 118 odds. So when we're using a tool like the Player Props Optimizer, when we're building out a 6 flex slip, we need player props right about a 54.3, 54.2% chance or higher to build out profitable slips. In a 2-pick power, we're looking for anything north of a 57.6%. So we can see that we only need to hit our individual player props at a 54.3% clip in a 6 flex to be profitable when playing on PrizePicks. And in a 2-pick power, we need to hit them at a 57.6% clip to be profitable in the long run. So 5 and 6 flex slips are the 2 best slip types that you can possibly play. I always do the 6 flex because if anybody gets DNP'd or if we take an even prop and that player prop lands right on that number, so it's a push, it reverts down to a 5 flex and our percent odds to hit doesn't change at all, and we're still getting the second best slip type that we possibly can build. So that's the math behind it. I utilize this tool. Again, it compares sportsbook lines and odds back to various DFS apps that use fixed payouts to help show long-term profitable plays. So we're going to go build out slips just from the tool. I'm going to give this a quick refresh. Looks like we lost a couple player props up top. One thing that's important to note. Now, this is devigging to all of these different sports books. The 2 sharpest sports books are FanDuel and DraftKings. So when I'm building out my slips, I'm really looking just at FanDuel and DraftKings with some potential supporting odds from maybe Caesars or any of these other DFS apps. Hard Rock, BetMGM, Fliff, Fanatics, not very sharp when it comes to player prop markets. So I'm really looking at FanDuel and DraftKings, hoping that they have some of these player props heavily juiced. Like Marvin Bagley under 10.5 points, minus 136 on FanDuel. So heavily juiced on the under. Again, we're getting him at minus 118 in our 6 flex. On PrizePicks, he's actually set 1 point lower at 9.5. Slight juice on the over, as we can see if I actually expand the row. It's minus 131 on the over 9.5. But again, we're getting it at 10.5 on PrizePicks. So we're going to get rid of our example here. We are going to add in Marvin Bagley under 10.5 points. That's going to be our first play. We'll add in Nick Claxton under 11 RA, again, set to 10.5 across multiple sports books, including Underdog, and we're getting this at 11. So we're getting a 0.5 buffer compared to the sharper sports books when it comes to setting their player prop markets for NBA. So we'll add in Nick Claxton. Now, I mentioned I don't want to have too many push props in here, so even props. So what I want to do now is head to my filters. I'm going to hide push props so that I don't have to see any more push props. And we're going to add in Luka Garza under 8.5 points, minus 138 on FanDuel. He's set 1 point lower on DraftKings, on Caesars, on Underdog. He's set 0.5 lower on Dabble, 1 point lower on Betr. So the best value you're going to get Luka Garza under 8.5 points right now is on PrizePicks in a 6 flex slip. So let's add in Luka Garza under 8.5 points. Let's keep on moving down the list, see what else we have. Eamon Thompson under steals looks pretty good. Zoob. So for instance, Chris Middleton over RA. He's only at 53%, but he's minus 140 on FanDuel, minus 131 on DraftKings. So that is unbelievable juice, especially on FanDuel. So we're going to add in Chris Middleton. I can't type. I spelled that wrong. I'm just going to type Middleton so that he comes up. And that is over RA. So we'll add that in. Let's give this a quick refresh. This thing updates every single second. And as we can see, we had a new play pop up. OG Anunoby under 7.5 RA. Let's go ahead and get that added. OG under 7.5 RA. And then we need one more play. Let's go ahead and add in Zoob under RA. I'd rather go with the under RA than just a random, a niche steals prop. So let's add in Zubac, Big Daddy Zoob under RA. And just like that, guys, we have our 6 flex slip for today. Let's go ahead and give this quickly one more refresh. We have Bagley. We added in Claxton. We have Garza. We have OG. Cam Spencer just popped up over 3s. Bub Carrington. You guys can see player props are ever populating. Odds are moving. They're getting bumped. They're getting removed. And this thing refreshes every single second to show you the best value. So what I'm actually going to do is we're going to remove the even prop with Nick Claxton. We're going to head back over here. We're going to add in Cam Spencer over 3s made. And hopefully that doesn't bite us in the ass, but I actually like that play a lot. So we're going to add in Cam Spencer over 3s made. And then I'm going to refresh this one more time. Miles McBride under 3s popped up. You guys are getting what my brain thinks and looks like when I'm building out these slips. You're seeing this in real time. We're going to skip over the Eamon Thompson. Again, a niche market here with the steals, so I don't want to play that. I like the Cam Spencer over 3s. Let's refresh this one more time. Zoob's back up there. We got Luka under assists. We got Bub Carrington, Cam Spencer. We're playing Chris Middleton. I'm going to keep this. Okay, so this is what we have for our 6 flex. We got Marvin Bagley under 10.5 points. We got Luka Garza under 8.5 points. Chris Middleton over 6.5 RA. OG Anunoby under 7.5 RA. Zoob under 13.5 RA. And then Cam Spencer over 2.5 3-pointers made. So our 6 flex slip on PrizePicks is complete. Now we're going to head over to Betr. And this is my favorite part of the video because I love showing you guys how much better the value is on Betr opposed to PrizePicks. So what I'll do is click off book, switch from PrizePicks over to Betr, and you guys will see infinite better value. A ton of player props that aren't even offered on PrizePicks, and if they are, we're getting significantly better value on Betr. So we're going to start with Jaylen Brown under 29.5 points. Again, set 1 point lower on 2 of the sharpest sports books, FanDuel and DraftKings. He set 1 point lower on PrizePicks, on Underdog, on Dabble, and on Pick6. So 4 competing DFS apps all have this 1 point lower, and we're able to get the 29.5 over on Betr, and it looks like he got bumped to 28.5. So we missed out there. And you guys will see I refreshed the optimizer. It's no longer being offered on Betr because they were giving us too big of an edge. They realized that mistake, so they had to adjust their line accordingly. But that's okay. We still have some good value here. And one thing to note real quick, the 5 flex slip on Betr is the exact same on PrizePicks. The only difference is if we go 3 for 5, we get a 0.5 times payout, where on PrizePicks, if we go 3 for 5, we get a 0.4 times payout. So because of that, we're only looking for player props above a 53.7% chance to hit, which we have here with Tristan Da Silva. We have here with Paul George. So we have some really good player props over here. So let's add Da Silva under 3-pointers made, and that will be our first slip, our first play, excuse me. Da Silva under 3-pointers made. Paul George under RA, minus 138 on FanDuel. We can see these supporting odds here for Da Silva. Same thing here with PG under RA on FanDuel, minus 138 on the under, minus 133 over on DraftKings. So Paul George under RA of 9.5. We got OG under rebounds. Now we took him under RA over on PrizePicks, so I'm good with taking him under rebounds for now. We'll see if we can find anything else to potentially replace that. Luke Garza over 7.5 points. We'll skip over that. We got Quentin Grimes over points. We got AJ Mitchell. Let's take this AJ Mitchell under assist. Minus 152. Minus 152 on FanDuel. That is insane if that's up here. It is. I mean, that just shouldn't be offered. Again, and that's not on PrizePicks, and PrizePicks knows that they don't want to have that. Let's see what else we have. Let's give this a quick refresh. So we have Da Silva, we have Paul George, we got AJ Mitchell, we have OG. We're skipping over Luke Garza because we took him on PrizePicks under 8.5. And I think our last play is going to be Quentin Grimes over points. Now, again, when it comes to these small game stacks and correlating, I don't really believe in correlation with NBA, but if we're taking the exact same player prop for 2 different players on the same team, I love going opposites. So we're taking Paul George under RA. That doesn't mean that Quentin Grimes can't get over his points just because we're taking under assists in part of our player prop with Paul George. So we got Grimes over 10.5 points. And guys, this is going to be our 5 flex. We have Da Silva under 1.5 3-pointers made, Paul George, and the same thing here. We got De Silva under threes. Like, Paul George can still go under rebounds. Just because De Silva misses, let's say, 5 threes, that doesn't mean Paul George is going to get every single rebound. So we have De Silva under 1.5 3-pointers made, Paul George under 9.5 RA, OG under 5.5 rebounds, AJ Mitchell under 5.5 assists, and then Quentin Grimes over 10.5 points. And now I'm going to go ahead and get this slip entered. Again, I typically do 100 to win 1,000. Flex play, 5 flex, get that slip entered. And there we go, guys. We just built out 2 profitable slips on PrizePicks and on Betr. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, if you are new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button so I can hopefully give away $50 in my next video. And then turn on that notification bell. So whenever I do post these types of daily pick videos or any type of content like my YouTube shorts, you get notified first so you can lock in these slips before anything gets bumped or removed, because I can guarantee you a lot of these plays will get bumped or removed throughout the day. And if you guys want to get signed up with Upside Tools, there is a link in the description below. You can gain access to the Fantasy Player Props Optimizer and a ton of other books. We have a couple different plan options for you. You can use my code also, TJYT, at checkout to get 25% off your first purchase. And also the link in the description below will get you a 5-day free trial. So 5 days free of charge. You don't have to worry about getting charged in those first 5 days. If you don't like the tools, if you want to get rid of them, you can just go ahead and cancel before you get charged. But obviously, if you do like what we have to offer and what the subscription comes with, you know, if you stay past those 5 days, you'll obviously be charged for your monthly membership. But I love you guys. Thank you for being here. I will see you on the next pick video. Hopefully, when we talk in our next video, we can either 25 times our money on PrizePicks or 10 times our money on Betr. That's the goal in these videos. But I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.